Video with you guys looking rough and rugged because I'm going to talk about a very unpopular topic, and it is faith. Of course, my faith is Christianity, which you guys should have picked up on by now. And I say it that I hate to talk about it because people have made it such a negative thing to discuss. Now, for me, I do not feel like that you can have morality or a value system without it being backed by some type of faith, whether you believe in that faith or not. And I'll give you the example of children. Children fight and they lie and they don't want to share. It is the parent that comes in and say to share, to don't fight. That is reinforced all the time. I had a friend of mine, she was so upset that her 2-year-old was lying to her because she never taught her 2-year-old to lie. So there are certain things in our humanity that have to be suppressed or redirected. And those values and moralities are not your own. That stuff has been pre-existing for eons and hundreds of years. And if you think it's all because of what you think, then for me, that's a part where we disagree. I do understand the human mind. It's a powerful thing. I'm a very intellectual person. But also with my intellect, I do understand peace. I have never met a person who was 100% intellectual that was at peace. Most geniuses are a little bit insane, and there's a whole, if you understand or like to understand language, try to find yourself Googling or researching the word what genius means or where it comes from. It's comes from the genie, whether it be something without outside of you that you can rub that is magical, or the gene that is within you. And they could not, back in the day when they were making this word genius, understand how certain people could be so brilliant. Was it a genie, something magical that they were rubbing? That's almost like spiritual, or was it something within that was intellectual? So to me, I have never met a genius or a highly intellectual person who had peace if they did not have faith. I think you can be intellectual and not be peaceful. I'd rather be peaceful and not intellectual. To me, that brings the most of my life into balance. Balance is the main key, right? If you don't have balance and you really don't have anything, balance allows me to come here glammed up one day and to come looking rough and rugged the next day because it's all a part of me and I feel equally the same. Of course, I like when I'm all shiny and polished, but this is a part of me too. And I'm not going to allow parts of my life to be ruined because they are not perfect or they are not the facade that I want other people to see. So it's important to know what you are rooting your value system in. And we can see that currently right now in our country is that we started off with a certain value system that was steeped in faith. Now that we've taken faith out of it, it's almost a free-for-all of what's wrong, what's right, and who should fund it. So it's a lot of food for thought. This is still not even what I wanted to talk about today. This really turned into like a ramble. But having your own faith system, being able to identify it, and don't be angry if it is rooted in some kind of childhood religion that you think is unpopular or uncool, because when it all hits the fan, something has got to stand. And I know as a young person that life will try to shake you, but one of my favorite songs is Cornerstone, and anything that says that we will not be shaken because you're placed on solid ground. And for you to build a foundation, any kind of foundation, you cannot have all the materials. If you had all the materials, then why are you on this earth that everything that you do requires a resource? So think about what faith is to you. And if religion or the concept of religion makes you angry, why is that? Can something be good and bad at the same time and still have an effect that is greater than any kind of argument around it? I think the effect of it, the effect of religion, the effect of faith, the effect of being spiritual, is priceless. It's worth everything, but it's up to the individual to figure out what they value, and what they want to continue to value, because what you value today may not be what you value tomorrow. So I'm not going to ramble too much. I like to keep it short and sweet, and I'll be back with what's really on my mind. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.